Good morning. God bless my followers. If you're not following, hit that follow button. But if you're in a season of waiting, God's got you. If you're waiting on some of God's promises, Joshua walked around the walls of Jericho. He was waiting on God's promise, but he walked around. God told him to walk around the walls of Jericho 7 times, and on the seventh, one time a day for 6 days, and on the seventh day, walk around 7 times and blow the horns and give a shout, and then the walls of Jericho came down. But there was 7 days there that he had to walk by sheer faith, but he received God's promise. You may be on the seventh time. You just need to give God. You may be on the seventh time on the seventh day. And you may just need to give God a shout of praise in advance by faith. And if you've been waiting for a while, I'm reminded of Abraham. Abraham waited upon God for 24 years before God come back and reminded him of the promise, and it was still another year before he received the promise. So I may be just a messenger for God, saying He still remembers, because God promised Abraham a child at 76. Well, whenever he was 100, he come back to him and he said, "You're going to have a kid within 1 year." So God was faithful to the promise, but there was a waiting season, And you take Noah; he waited 100 years on the promises of God. Well, on the not really a promise, but God told him he had to stand on what God told him for 100 years. God told him that He'd save everybody in his household. He was going to destroy the earth, but He wanted Noah first to walk in faith and build the ark. So that's what Noah done. And Noah built the ark, and it was 100 years. And then the flood came. That's a long time to walk by faith. But if whatever you're believing God for, whether it be a wife or healing, just remind yourself that He's faithful. He's no respecter of persons. I waited upon a wife like 3 years, actually a little longer than that, but 3 years. Uh, and God delivered it whenever in time. And God does things in time, and He won't bring too much upon you before you're ready for it. So just try to hold on, not to really try, but hold on, and just keep on pressing forward and praising Him and thanking Him for what He's going to do. Thank you guys for following. God bless. You drop in the comments what you'd like for me to pray for you for, if you'd like for me to pray for you, whether it be healing or if you're waiting on a promise of God. Thanks.